Hey guys, Kamakuno, and today I'm doing a review for Young Justice Invasion, episode 3 of season 2 called Alienated. So let's talk about what happened in this episode. In this episode, we get to see what happened that 16 hours, 5 years ago, to the Justice League. And we find out that Justice League destroyed the aliens who are trying to invade Earth and destroyed their planet, destroying their loved ones and all the aliens and their species. So now they're just angry. And Young Justice, when they're destroying them, said, "We're the Young Justice of Earth." So the aliens are like, "We gotta go Earth and now destroy and invade their planet, just like this Justice League team did to us." So that's why they're invading Earth, and we kind of learn a little bit more of the story and the motives of these aliens. We also get to see a character that was a main character in season 1 in this episode that we haven't seen yet, which I'll talk about more as I go along with this review. So I thought this episode was kind of like a step back. It wasn't as good as episode 2, because episode 2 was like explaining more about character development, which I think is very important for this season for fans to really enjoy. Because we got to see more about Superboy, we got to see more about Miss Martian, we got to see more about Garth, and we learned about those characters, and we love those characters, and you understand those characters, even though Superboy and Miss Martian we already knew from season 1, but we understand those characters more 5 years later. And Garth, a character we only met once in season 1, we learned so much more about, and he's one of my favorite characters now because of that episode. And I think that every episode should be like that. You have to fall in love with these new characters, and I feel like they needed to take this episode for a centric episode for 2 of our characters, 3 of our characters, to learn more about them, and maybe have a mission or something, because I think that would have been the best plan to do, have eccentric episodes with all our characters, and then have this big reveal of why the Young Justice, the Justice League, 16 hours ago, are public enemy 1 for these aliens. Maybe episode 7 or episode 6 should have done that. Before, with this episode, we should have learned more about these new characters, and I think that's the way they should have done it, but they didn't in this episode. One thing I did love in this episode was we found out what happened with Aqualad, and that was the character I was talking about in season 1 that that was missing. We finally find out what happened to him, and he's a villain. For you Aqualad fans, you're probably like crying, and you're like, "No! Aqualad's a villain, no!" Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. I'm not a big Aqualad fan, so I didn't really have a big reaction about it, but I thought it was kind of an interesting story. Hopefully he becomes a hero again. Hopefully we see more of him, and this is not just like, "Oh, we found out what happened with Aqualad, that's great," you know? Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we get to see him more as episodes come, even if he's a big villain, or if he just says, I decide I'm going to be a hero, something like that. Who knows what's going to happen, just hopefully we see more of him. So the reason he becomes Black Manther is because Aquaman lied to him, saying who his father was. It was the original Black Manther. So Aqualad's mad about that. And then at Mission, Tula dies, his love, and so he feels betrayed by the Young Justice team and says, "I'm done. I'm gonna be with my father, the villain." Because obviously he could have just been a hero, even though his father is a villain. With Artemis, she had her whole family being villains. So obviously Aqualad could have been a hero, even though his father is one of the biggest villains in the Atlantis and one of the biggest villains for Aquaman. So, but he chose a different path, and he wanted to become a villain. And again, hopefully we do get to see more of his character in future episodes, just to see, hopefully he becomes a hero for you Aqualad fans. And tell you the truth, I wish we saw Kid Flash and Artemis a little bit more in this episode than Aqualad. I want to learn more about what happened to them before I learn about Aqualad, because that's what I'm really worrying about. It's like, what happened to Kid Flash and Artemis? I mean, I like Aqualad, but I kind of want to figure out what happened to them first, but we kind of didn't. But hopefully in episodes to come we do, and hopefully with Roy we learn a little bit more about him, because that was the big cliffhanger in season 1. I want to learn more about that cliffhanger. Again, this episode was not as good as last episode, and I still have hope for this series, but in the season also, but I just didn't really love this episode. One thing I did like in this episode though for character development was that Miss Martian, we learn a little bit more about her and see how she has changed. We get from last episode we saw her pretty much make this alien into a vegetable, and she does it again in this episode. So she doesn't do it once. If she wants information, if she wants to help our team, she's gonna go all the way to try to do it. And even if she makes this alien a vegetable, she doesn't care. And you see how powerful she is also. But then again, we saw in this episode how she is still herself, because she was changed the alien, trying to be undercover and stuff. And then I think Nightwing, one of the characters, walked into the ship and said, "Oh, what are you looking at?" And because they were still aliens, and they were looking at, "Oh, aliens invade our ship." Really, it was just them were undercover. She's like, "Hello, Megan," so she still has that for her. So I was very happy that she's still kind of like Megan, but again, she has a darker side in this season, and we get to see that in this season. So the one thing I do like about this season so far is that we do learn a lot about Superboy and Miss Martian. I want to learn more about these characters. I want to learn about these new characters. Like, two characters I really don't like right now is Lagoon Boy. Like, today he says, in this episode he said, "Oh, what happened, Angelfish?" And to Miss Marshall, I'm like, that's kind of cheesy. Like, I already don't like you, Lagoon Boy. Don't make it worse. And then Blue Beetle kind of stealing Kid Flash's thunder, trying to be like the jokester of the group. I'm like, that's Kid Flash's thing, not yours. You know, try and get another personality. But I know he's trying to become comedy relief, but still he might have to grow on me. And also for people that don't know comic books, in the beginning of this episode, Blue Beetle's like talking to himself, saying, "Oh no, that was the right thing to do," because he was talking to his suit. But people that don't know comic books, the young kids that watch this show, are probably so confused. Like, why was that kid just talking to himself? You know, the reason he was talking to himself was because it was his suit, and because his suit is like an alien. So that's the reason he was talking to himself. But people don't know comic books and are little kids, they're not gonna know that. So I think they should explain that a little bit more. And tell you the truth, for people who don't like comic books and for little kids, I think they should really explain these characters a little bit more. And for people who do like comic books, because I think that's really should be the goal for season 2, like I said, is to explain these characters, make us love these new characters. And you know what, in this end of the season, if we go back to season 1 in that time frame, make us want to miss this season. You know, make us want to miss these characters if that does ever happen, if we do go back to season 1's time. And again, hopefully we get to see Roy, Artemis, and Kid Flash. So this episode was just like okay. Again, I thought it was like a little bit of a backstep from episode 2, because I thought that was a good episode and a better episode than this episode. But we do get to learn more about Aqualad. For you guys fans, you might be upset about it, but at least we get to learn about Aqualad, and we get to see what happened with the Justice League in 16 hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I give this 3 stars. It was, I don't know if you guys would want to watch it. It depends. If you're a big Aqualad fan, you're gonna want to watch this. But for me, I would say don't watch it. But skip this episode, maybe wait for episode 4. But this is Comic Uno. Hope you guys enjoyed. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. In the description below, there'll be a link for that. I'll just have comic book news, reviews I'll be doing, and topic videos I'll be doing. And also, guys, don't forget to follow my other YouTube channel, The Rand Situations, and they'll just have news about those videos. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and there'll be another Young Justice review for episode 4 next week. And tell me what you guys thought about the episode in the comment below. Bye. See ya.